you guys can get back.
All right, we're back live here at Berks Catholic. Little technical difficulties to get things going here. 10 minutes, 45 seconds left in the third quarter. The Golden Panthers are on the move after receiving the kickoff here in the second half as the pass is outside to Marquise Williams. He breaks free. He's dragged down. It looks like he's dragged down by number 54. That'll be Jackson Huddleston.
So Pope John Paul's been given a pretty much steady diet of what we talked about at the end of the break. Hitting Williams, hitting Kennings, and getting some fairly good gains. So, Berks Catholic's going to have to define what they're doing here different and stop them. Pretty much the same stuff, except they're connecting. Back to Williams again.
Then he wiggles around and breaks free and finally forced out of bounds there by Trace Brown.
Just a little bit of a hitch, basically a screen pass out to the wideout, and that's Williams, and Williams takes it up, another first down for Pope John Paul.
Golden Panthers, with only a couple of first downs in the first half, already have 4 on this drive.
Now, as the field tightens, expect little to get in the game now. 9, their tailback, so they'll spread them out now. Now watch them try to exploit his running capabilities, especially as they get on the 26-yard line under the 30.
As Clark hands it off to Little, right up the middle, untouched, he's into the end zone. Great call, Andy. As the Golden Panthers score another touchdown to shrink this lead a little bit. 9 minutes, 54 seconds left in the third quarter, and a great start by the offense for the Golden Panthers, just what they needed.
Now that drive has been textbook in their approach to the whole season. Spread the field out, get the passing game established, and then use Little to hurt them up the middle. That was exactly that drive, exactly what they've been doing successfully throughout the year.
The extra point is up, and it is good. 34-21 is the score. 13-point lead, so still a 2-score game for Berks Catholic, as the Golden Panthers defense will need to step up here if they want to give their offense a chance to come back in this game.
Here's where those point after attempts are going to hurt you, because Berks Catholic failed to convert on 2 of them, and the differential right now, 2 scores will put them up 1 point. So just put that in your back pocket till we talk again about it in the fourth quarter. But those things have a tendency of coming back around late in the game.
Well, tonight's broadcast is powered by Brute Athletic Apparel. Brute specializes in sublimated sports apparel that will make you stand out in a crowd or on the field. Brute's uniforms are made in the USA, right in Sinking Spring, Pennsylvania. Visit Brute.com for our current selections. As the Saints head out onto the field, Caccione deep. Jordan standing at the 15 right now. Brown at the 25, walking back towards the 20.
You gotta like the Pope John Paul sidelines. The fans were chanting, "We're still in this," and they are. Based on that opening drive, they've worked on some things. Really didn't do a whole lot different from the first half. They just executed much better and didn't shoot themselves in the foot with any penalty.
Steve Rist is set to kick it off, and we'll see where this kickoff goes. A squib kick off the hands. That's off the hands of Ryan Shivert.
Kick return by number 8, Ryan Shivert.
And Berks Catholic will take over with the ball at the 33-yard line.
Well,
33.
Shivert did the right thing there. It was a knuckleball. Sometimes it's hard to handle. Had trouble getting a handle on it, and he fell on it. They actually got really nice field position. No harm, no foul. So I think he did the right thing.
9 minutes, 51 seconds in the third quarter as Berks Catholic starts their first drive of the second half. Handoff goes to Caccione. He's around the outside, and the Golden Panthers force him out of bounds. It's Williams again. But a nice pickup there on first down by Cascione.
Now this to me is the real make or break for Pope John because they've got to establish that they can stop the run of Berks Catholic. It's great they came out and scored, get their offense back on track, but they've got to be able to stop them to get back in this game.
Brings up second down and 3 at the 41-yard line. Gats under center, gives it to Jordan. Missed tackle in the backfield, but they do stop him short. Maybe a gain of a yard. It looks like 1 yard gain there for J.J. Jordan.
There's Kennings. Kennings, the tight end, the guy making a real noise on offense, is helping him out on defense.
He plays defensive end for the Golden Panthers. He's having himself a very good night. And we'll see if DJ Clark can find him a little more frequently when they are on the offensive side. But a third down and short, 3rd and 3 to go. Gats has it, hands it off to Cascione. He wiggles in there and he has a first down. It's brought down after a gain of 5. And he'll move the chains for the Saints.
Cascione on the carry, brought down by number 53, Nazir Lake.
That's a name we've heard a lot on the defensive side of the ball. Nazir Lake and Marquise Williams have been the names that are bringing down these runners for the Saints.
Yeah, I think between France and Lake and Dunston, these guys got to really hold the line here and see what they can do to cut this drive in half.
Here's Cascione again. Shakes free, loses the ball. And it's going to be a close
that
one.
That could be covered by a white shirt. Let's see how they get out of the pile.
It does look like the Golden Panthers did fall on it, but who knows what happened once they were on the ground there. Looks like it's going to stay with Berks Catholic based on the body language of the referees, as it will. Clock will now wind. 7 minutes, 46 seconds remaining in the third quarter. As Gats heads back out along with Trace Brown. 2nd down and 9.
Expect them to come towards the Berks Catholic bench. They got the wide side of the field.
And give it to Hughes. And he gains a yard and he's brought down.
There's Lake again.
Let's go!
Hughes on the carry, brought down by number 52, Keith Dunston.
Dunston, Lake, those guys, they got to come to play the second half. They're going to be the difference makers for that team up front. They can stop that rush and that penetration. They're going to be fine. So far, they've been bend, not break. Let's see how they do on 3rd down here. This is the typical down. This would be a field position that Berks Catholic have to get rid of the ball if they don't make it. So let's see how they do here.
Huge down here for the Golden Panthers as Gats fakes. And a nice little screen pass to Cascione. He's got space, cuts it back, and he's navigating the field, and he's got a nice pickup and another Berks Catholic first down.
Nice wrinkle for Berks Catholic, something that was not customary for their repertoire there, and kicked that little screen out to Cascione. It was really nice.
So they move the chains. They're inside the 35-yard line. Looks like they're at the 34.
10, ball spotted at the 33-yard line.
It's another way you combat pressure that, on the passes, Pope John Paul has been putting on some nice pressure, but in a screen pass, you kind of let that come in and you're able to exploit that. That was a nice game.
We have an injured player on the field.
So here is the problem for Pope John. They need 2 scores, and if they cannot stop the run game, they're going to be in a tough position. It's a 12-minute quarter. They're down to 6, halfway through the third quarter. So they've got to find a way to get a stop. Certainly, if Berks Catholic puts some more points on the board here, there's going to be problems for the folks from Waterford. So let's see what they can do here.
As we do pause for an injury timeout.
That's Luke Hughes. Getting up. Good to see him walking off the field and his own abilities there.
We'll see who they bring in to back him up. It looks like Devin Garcia will fill in the short term here for Hughes. He'll take a little bit of a breather after the injury timeout. 2nd down and 8. Ball at the 32-yard line. Mitchell Gatz under center. Garcia. Hand off to Cascione. He's around the outside. He's got another 1st down, and he's out of bounds inside the 20-yard line.
By number 20, Marquise Williams.
There's Marquise Williams again. Every time that tackle's happening on the sideline, it's Marquise Williams. Whichever side it is, it seems to be Williams.
You need some athletes to chase down some athletes. I tell you, Berks Catholic is getting the better of that battle up front and certainly exploiting those guys around the end. I would expect them to come to the right side of the field here. They got a wide field. They like to run that guy off tackle. Watch for the quick hitch. There it is.
It's Jordan with the ball, and he's tripped up in the backfield.
J.J. Jordan on the carry for the Saints.
It looks like he's got back to the line of scrimmage. We'll bring up 2nd down. Aaron Reinhardt checks in for the Saints. Second and 10 at the 16-yard line. Gives it to Cascione. And he's tackled after a short gain.
Cascione on the carry for the Saints.
3rd down territory for the Saints where they are on the field. Ball on the 16-yard line. You can expect them to go after this both times because with this field position and eating up the clock, there's no harm. A little bit different proposition here when Luke Hughes isn't in the game. Garcia's a good young man. He's only a 10th grader, and a little bit different proposition with Devin slamming up the line than it is with Luke. But let's see, expect Cascione and JJ off the corners and to continue to do that.
Here's the handoff. Cascione breaks the tackle, but then is met by a swarm of Panthers.
There's Kennings again, making himself known on the defensive side of the ball. He's having himself a pretty nice game.
Very nice play there by the Golden Panthers. One they needed. 4th down and about 6.
And I say nothing to lose here. Take your time. Clock winding down. Go for it. I'm trying to think if they're going to run around the right side or they're actually going to pass. But expect it's going to be JJ or Cascione on the play.
You have Trace Brown near side.
They're passing.
Here's Gatz at throw. Steps up, and he's rushed. This is the football, and the Golden Panthers have it. Big play there by the defense.
I'll tell you, that was a bend, don't break, and a really good stop for them. I see Hughes going back in the game on defense. That was a pretty smart move to let him out for that series. Let's see what they can do here. Get a long drive. Again, time is not on their side, but they've got a little over 3 minutes in this quarter yet. Let's see what they can make of it. I love their quick strike capability, so let's see.
They'll start to drive. 1st and 10, ball on their own 11-yard line. 3 minutes, 16 seconds. Left in the 3rd quarter as DJ Clark is in the shotgun formation. Fakes the handoff to Little. Pass is deflected. Jackson Huddleston breaks it up for the Saints.
Trying to get to Kennings on that play. They're going to go to their playmakers. I would think they're going to go to Williams downfield on this one. Here's the trouble with their offense. When they get in the hole early, then first of all, they don't take up any time off the clock, and secondly, they've got a big lift to get out of the hole that they're in right now. So I expect him to go vertical. Williams is at the top of your screen right now. Expect him to go down. Oh,
Go with the end around. It's a pass. It's deflected. Great defensive play there. It looks like Aaron Reinhardt got his hands up to keep that pass from going downfield.
that was Williams on the pass.
Marquise Williams, his first pass attempt of the night.
He's done just about everything tonight. He and Jordan for Berks Catholic are the all-purpose players of the game. Boy, they're getting a look at everything.
All over the field. It brings up 3rd and 10 at the 11-yard line. DJ Clark alone in the backfield in the shotgun formation. Little motions to the backfield, goes around. And a little screen pass underneath to Williams. Marquise Williams has open space, breaks a tackle. He's on his way across the 50-yard line. He's got 2 defenders to beat, and he's forced out of bounds at the 29-yard line. And the Golden Panthers are in business.
Marquise Williams.
I'll tell you what, their back was against the wall on that one. With 3rd and 10, deep in their side of the field. That was really nice play. And again, they're taking advantage of the aggressive play of Berks Catholic. Berks Catholic's doing a nice job of keeping pressure on. By that play, they let the pressure come in, throw that little kind of middle. It's not quite a screen pass because he's over the line of scrimmage, but they tucked Marquise around. Really nice run after the catch for Williams.
So 1st and 10 inside the 30-yard line. Clark with a quick throw out to the outside. Looks like that pass went to number 30. Braden Reed.
Now here's the down and distance where little becomes a factor because you start approaching the red zone, you start compressing their ability to pass even though they're throwing laterally instead of vertically. But watch, Berks Catholic's attention starting to get out in those flats and watch them give it to Little up the middle.
Here's Clark. Fakes outside, pressure by Saint. He's flushed out of the pocket, throws it away. And that'll bring up 3rd down. Berks Catholic looking for a grounding call. And the referees are going to talk about it. Looks like they are going to keep those yellow handkerchiefs in their pocket. 2 minutes, 11 seconds, 3rd down and 5 for the Golden Panthers.
All right, now Kenning's coming out down low. Now look for that play where the 2 receivers inside clear out and he comes over the middle.
And Williams on the inside in the slot. Pressure again by the Saints. Clark escapes, picks up close to a 1st down. He stretches for it. We'll see where the spot is. Looks like it's going to be about a yard or 2 short.
Berks Catholic's left side of the line. Again, they're making a lot of substitutions on the D line. They're doing a nice job of keeping pressure on Little. Little just sneaks out that time and got the edge. Didn't quite get what he needed for the 1st down, but still a nice job.
And the Golden Panthers will go for it here on 4th down. Down 13 points. 2 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter.
This is a tough call. Look for them to do something laterally and try to make it because
Clark has it. Quick throw, deflected, and a penalty flag does come in. We'll see what the call is.
Clark's pass incomplete. Flag on the play.
it's going to be between. Let's see what happens here. Okay, it's against Pritchard.
And penalties decline. Berks Catholic takes over on downs. With 2 minutes left in the 3rd. After a big play by Marquise Williams, Berks Catholic finds a way to stop him and get the ball back. As long as Berks Catholic continues to do what they've done all night, they should carry this football into the 4th quarter. Run a couple plays here before time expires and sends us to the 4th. with a 34-21 lead. But we'll let the players play the game and see what happens out there on the field.
The contrast of styles is really interesting. Berks Catholic eats up the clock, takes up field position. You saw in that one, Pope John Paul basically went for a little bit over 3 minutes to 2 minutes to move all that distance in the field. It's really quite fascinating, their quick strike capability.
Luke Hughes back in the game, gets the carry, picks up a couple yards, and looks like we have someone cramping down there for the Golden Panthers.
I tell you what, though, this is kind of playing out according to script a little bit. Berks Catholic looks like they're definitely slowing down on offense, and like we talked about earlier in the game, where they score 80% of their points in the first and second quarter, they haven't scored in the third quarter, and they got to find some energy on offense to at least take up the clock. Okay, if nothing else, they're playing against the clock. Want to eat that up? They got to hold them back from getting 2 unanswered scores.
As we have an injury timeout here. Jacob Dabrowski dealing with some cramps. He'll take a breather on the sideline as it brings up 2nd and 8. Ball on the 24-yard line of Berks Catholic. 1 minute, 48 seconds left in the third quarter. As the clock will start, as the Saints come to the line.
All right, so let's see that front group for Pope John. They've been really coming alive here. Let's see how they do. Hughes back in the game, going to make a difference with giving them a wider array of different things to do.
And more options for the Saints.
So that's Collazo down. 2 linemen are down for Berks Catholic.
And they look to be in some serious pain here.
And I think they're cramping up, to be honest with you. We got the big guys in the middle, and they look like they're struggling with being long into the game. It's not a cool night, so hopefully not serious. Get through those cramps and get up and get off the field.
That does play a big factor here, 3rd and 2. We're going to have some substitutions on the offensive line. Can the Saints squeak out 2 yards here, as they've given the ball to Luke Hughes both times here on this series? And the first series he gained about 2 yards, picked up about 6 there, leaves him with the 3rd down and 2, ball on the 29-yard line. And we'll see if this defense for the Golden Panthers can get off the field before the end of the third quarter. Cole Baker. Oh, sorry, not Cole Baker. There. It's Jackson Haas. He fights his way off the field, and
Jacob Collazo is still down. Looks like the same.
You get both
looks
getting
like
stretched
the same
out.
thing.
One thing this is also doing, Andy, I know it's giving the defense a breather.
Yep.
They definitely need it. It's been was a long first half for the Golden Panther defense.
Keep in mind, Dabrowski went off the field, but they're getting a chance to rest, and Berks Catholic's going to have 2 new linemen
for who knows how long.
Maybe an entire side of the ball. So let's see what happens. They got Luke Hughes back, but looks like Benetham in the game, number 72, and Ty Barretto. So very different complexion for the line for Berks Catholic. fact, they have 3 new linemen: Whitmer, Barreto, and Benefit. So let's see what happens here.
Jackson Haas moving a little bit better here on the sideline, right in front of us.
And here comes Collazo. So the good news is, looks like cramp type of stuff. Hopefully they work through that pretty quickly.
Try to get some vinegar in those little solo jello shot cups.
All right, 3rd down and 2, ball to 29. Here we go, big down here for the Golden Panthers, looking for a stop to get their offense back on the field. Handoff goes to, looks like Caccione, and he's short. No gain, maybe a loss to the little, but that brings up 4th down, and this isn't a spot that you can go for it.
Again, I can't emphasize it as much as I did. You have basically an entirely new offensive line in there right now. There are 3 new guys up front. And even just from a cadence standpoint, let alone from an assignment and the flow of the game, this is a big deal. This is a big deal right here, because if they don't punt and they don't get this, they really don't have field position. Now expect maybe Mitchell to do the fake or to try to hard count him and get him to jump. So let's see what they do here. Remember, he's got all new guys for a hard count.
And there is only 1 second left on the play clock.
Oh!
We have a flag for a delay of game, I think.
And that's probably okay from Berks Catholic's perspective, because they wanted to see if they could get these guys to jump. Again, dealing with a new crew on their own side, but that's fine. They're just going to punt it away here.
Yep.
No harm, no foul.
First punt of the night for Berks Catholic. 25 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Braden Reed goes back for the Golden Panthers. He'll stand at the 39-yard line. Low liner. Takes a high hop, kicks back to Reed. He picks it up and gets met by 3 Saints as he's tackled at the 39-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark him at the 40. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 44.
Good coverage by Berks Catholic on that one. Boy, they really swarmed on him the minute he got it.
A friendly bounce there, too, for the Saints, thankfully. 16 seconds left here in the 3rd. Enough for probably 1 play, unless it's an incomplete pass.
You know how much I love field position, and right now, Pope John's, they're winning the battle of field position. Now, they've eked out of their hole back in the 10 or 15, and they're out around the 40. So much better starting place for them. Many more options for them where they are. Let's see what they do. I see that Garcia's in at linebacker, so they are making some substitutions.
Here's Williams with the handoff on the end around, and he scoots out of bounds with a gain of about 6.
By number 8, Ryan Shiver.
Second down and 4 now. He did get out of bounds, so 10 seconds remain. DJ Clark with Little to his right, hands it off to Little, and in the backfield, great defensive play there by the Saints defense.
By the Saints. That's the end of the 3rd.
So we head to the 4th quarter, 34-21. It'll be a 3rd down and about 4 for the Golden Panthers when we come out of the break. Once again, we'd like to thank tonight's sponsor. Tonight's broadcast is powered by Brute Athletic Apparel. Are you looking to outfit your team in cutting-edge uniforms? Check out Brute.com to see their full line of custom apparel. And Brute's Elite line for women, the all-new Athena line, designed specifically for the female athlete, because women are not small men. Visit boot.com to see their men's and women's uniform options. So both teams 2-1. Both trying to advance to 3-1. 13-point lead for Berks Catholic. As the Golden Panthers are trying to hang in this game. It'll be a very close and fun to watch fourth quarter here at Berks Catholic High School.
Well, I'll tell you what, it doesn't get any easier for Berks Catholic after this. They got Malvern Prep next week, which is going to be a handful. And then they go into the Berks Section 1, and they have Exeter and Mifflin sitting out there. So be good for them to get a win here, get something under their belt, and build on that momentum.
Low snap there, fielded nicely by Clark. He gets it off to Josh Little up the sideline, and he has the first down.
By number 19, Isaac Pichardo.
Pichardo on the tackle. He has the touchdown catch from Mitchell Gatz earlier in the first half. But another first down there for the Golden Panthers. They're on the move at the Berks Catholic 40-yard line.
Pope John Paul's doing a nice thing of using the strengths of Berks Catholic against them right now. That nice pressure that they're bringing, they've been able to do some screens and some waggles to take advantage of that.
Good hands there by Williams, saved a fumble as the snap went right off the chest of DJ Clark. Williams grabbed it on his way by and was able to pick up a couple. Looks like a gain of 3 or 4 on the play. As the band kicks in, trying to fire up the defense. Clark and Little in the backfield. Shotgun set. Little to the right of Clark. Reed near side. There's pass down the middle. It's Marquise Williams in for the touchdown.
That was a really nice pitch and catch.
Beautiful pass.
Nice pitch and catch. Wow.
So that will bring them within 1 score.
I'll tell you what, it's not like the defender wasn't there. That was a really nice play on Williams' side. Really nice, really elevated and got that ball.
So the extra point, this could be a huge one as we wind down here at the end. Wrist on to try. It's up.
There it is.
No good.
Oh, good.
No good.
The equalizer right there. Really tough vantage point from us. That one looked like it was good. Certainly had the distance. He must have just had that off to the left. Wow.
Little bit left. 34-27 the score. 11 minutes, 21 seconds left in the ball game. And Berks Catholic will get the ball back here.
So nobody from Pope John Paul is getting in their car and heading 40 minutes down in 4:22 to Royersford. Everyone's staying put. They're only 1 touchdown behind now. So, and Berks Catholic, the air has decidedly come out of their balloon. So let's see. I see the 2 linemen that had cramping problems. They're running back up and forth down the sidelines right now. So you would expect that they're getting ready to get back in. So hopefully that's a boost for Berks Catholic in their offense as they move forward.
As all the way across the field, the student section's getting rowdy over there for Pope John Paul.
You don't want to wake them up. They're small but mighty, I'll tell you right now. Not a whole lot of fans over there, but it's enough to make some noise.
As Risk will set to kick off. Cascione deep. Jordan and Brown at the 25-yard line. Squib again. Fielded by Trace Brown. And he breaks some tackles. A nice run back there with 4 or 5 Golden Panthers on him. Picks up an extra 3 or 4 yards. Berks Catholic will be starting the drive here at the 41-yard line. Looks like we have another player down. Looks like more cramps. Not sure if that's Brown.
Number 20, Trace Brown, brought down by number 6, John Beach.
It is Trace Brown, but he's up on his own and trotting off the field.
All right, now let's see what they do from a manpower position. I see Collazo on the field.
first.
Let's see if Jackson Halls goes back in as well. Yes, I see him. So it's looking like they're
Full strength
have
here.
the normal complement that they had. There's Jacob going back out too. So they're back to the starting complement at starting line. So let's see if that makes a difference.
Cascione and Hughes in the backfield. Jordan in motion. Gatz gives it to Hughes. He's met in the backfield. Beautiful tackle made there.
Let's go!
Looks like it was Kenning on that tackle.
Kenning is
All over the place.
trying to get the player of the game. I'll tell you what. I think Jordan was running away with it from Berks Catholic in the first half, but they've largely gone quiet here, and John Paul too. They're coming together.
2nd down and 9. Ball on the 42. Cascione and Hughes again in the backfield. Gatz gives it to Cascione. He makes a move and he's stopped for a gain of 2.
That's Little bursting through the line of scrimmage there and tripping up Cascione. So
A good start to this defensive opportunity here.
well,
for
I'll tell you what, the
Panthers.
Magic Mo has shifted, and we'll see what's going on right now. First Catholic's got to figure out something. Get a sustained drive here. Let's get some yards. Go back to what worked well for them. Yeah, this is a big 3rd down.
3rd and 8.
It feels like they're going to have to go to the air, but
They do.
not worked well for them.
It's a short pass. He was open, just a little too short. Isaac Pichardo, the intended receiver, went down for it but couldn't come up with it. 9 minutes, 49 seconds. 7-point lead for the Saints, but they'll have to punt it away to the Golden Panthers, who have been the only ones to score here in the second half.
Berks Catholic does not want to have to rely on a passing game to stay in the down and distance, because it's just not their strength. So let's see what happens here. Well, John Paul too gets the ball.
Braden Reed with the return. He gains a couple. He's just short of the
I'll
30.
tell you what, Berks Catholic's special teams have done a real nice job on coverage. It's kind of a thing that's not talked about a lot as you watch the exchange of a game, but they're really doing a nice job at getting down, getting after the ball, and not allowing, except for that initial kickoff, not allowing too much yards after the catch.
Yeah, Marquise Williams with after their first Catholic touchdown on the opening possession, ran it back 90 yards for a kickoff return touchdown to get Pope John Paul II on the board, but then they were quickly quieted by the Berks Catholic defense.
Let's see where they go. They got about the 30-yard line, over 9 minutes to go here, so let's see what they do.
Pitch out to Little. He breaks a tackle. He's got the ball across the 50-yard line to the 49.
You do not want to start getting Little into the offense, because that's going to be trouble. One more weapon in their portfolio.
We have another player down with cramps at about the 40-yard line of the Golden Panthers. So both teams dealing with cramps, and we saw what it did to the Berks Catholic offense. 2 offensive linemen, unfortunately, going down with cramps at the same time. And then they weren't able to pick up that first down. They had 2 shots at a 3rd and 2 and couldn't get it across to pick up the first down. So
Well, it's a tall order. It's still relatively early in the season. You got a lot of these athletes going both ways. And I'll tell you what, it takes a toll after a long day of school and all of those things that you got going on to be playing on both sides of the ball. And both sides are feeling it right now.
hard to tell from where we're at who's on the ground.
Yeah, James, if I'm Berks Catholic, I'm on offense, I'm going to figure out a way to get Jordan back in the offense. We haven't seen him. I don't know if there's anything wrong. He's been in on offense and in on defense. But from I don't want to say a play calling, I'm not questioning that, but just from a distribution of talent, he made a big difference in the first half. We haven't seen him here that much in the second. So it'll be interesting to see what they do next time they get the ball.
It has been Luke Hughes and Cascione that have been getting the bulk of the carries here in the second half. I don't know that Jordan's touched the ball here in the second half.
Not that I can recall.
As we're getting ready to go here, we have another player go down with cramps. It's like number 53.
That's Nazir Lake.
Nazir Lake, yes, if that is him, he's been all over the place tonight.
And it's just emblematic of how hard I think those guys are working, both sides of the ball. But that front group for Pope John Paul has really turned it on in the second half, and unfortunately, it's looking like it's taken a little bit of a toll on some of the players right now.
You can see some of the all the Golden Panthers are stretching and staying loose. Some high knees, some toe touches. They don't want to feel that pain of those cramps. Well, Andy, we'll be back here at Berks Catholic next Friday, September 24th. Berks Catholic will take on Malvern Prep. So be sure to tune in and keep your eyes tuned to Twitter and find that link for the Berks Catholic Malvern Prep game. Should be another good game like we have here tonight. It didn't look like it was going to be a good game early on. Berks Catholic to the early lead. Took it to halftime 34-14, and then the Panthers came out on fire to start the second half. And it's now a 7-point game, 34-27, 9 minutes, 33 seconds. Both teams looking to go to 3-1. It's a big game here between two really, really good teams. Doing some battle here tonight in Reading, Pennsylvania.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't think this one's over. I know we're going to have a little bit of a pause here, but let's see if some of these delays can help shift momentum away from Pope John Paul. But tell you what, the second half has been their half, and they're looking to continue that when they get the ball back. So Lake is up, and they're helping him off the field. I wish that he was out there. Yeah, I wish that he was going off under his own strength, but looks like it might be a little more than a cramp.
It actually looks like it might be number 52. Is
that Dombrowski?
Keith Dunstan.
Dunstan, though, is a regular on that defensive line, so any one of those guys is going to have an impact. Again, something that hopefully a little hydration and water will help, but let's see.
Oh, here we go, ready for play. TJ Clark in the backfield alongside Josh Little. He hands it to Little. Little breaks free up the middle. He's on his way. He's into the 20, across the 20, still on his feet, heading to the end zone, in for the touchdown. And the Golden Panthers.
James, what I tell you about those long strides? Did you see that telltale little long strides? He breaks into that secondary, if you will, and he has a very interesting running style, man. He just goes. Wow, explosiveness. That was really impressive.
So we're an extra point away from a tie game. Rist did miss his last extra point attempt, so this is a very critical extra point. 9 minutes and 24 seconds left, but this extra point can tie the game. We'll see what Rist can do here for the Golden Panthers. And it looks like it's good. It is.
Here we go.
Tie game here at Berks Catholic.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
We're set up for a crazy finish here at Berks Catholic.
Okay, so if I'm dialing up a recipe for success here, I'm looking at the contrast of styles. And if I'm Berks Catholic, I want to get back to basics. I want to do what I did in the first half. I want to get all three of my big stars into the momentum, into the offensive scheme, mix it up, create that mix and match where the aggressiveness of John Paul now is confusion when they're trying to figure out who has the ball. Get a nice long sustained drive and put this thing to bed. So let's see. They've got a lot of time on the clock. 9:24. That's the thing about John Paul. They can basically strike with no time. It's crazy. So I wouldn't want to give them any time left on the clock. So
as Wrist is ready to kick it off. Cascione deep. Another squib kick. A high hop fielded by Trace Brown. And he gets hit hard, but he has the Saints starting at the 37-yard line.
So it looks like Berks Catholic's back to full strength. Looks like the starting crew is in there. So good news for Berks Catholic. Everybody's feeling healthy enough to be out there, and let's see how they do.
We'll see who they give the ball to here on the first down here. Hughes in the backfield with Cascione. They give it to Hughes. Hughes met at the line of scrimmage, but pulls forward for a gain of about 4.
Hughes on the carry for the Saints. Brought down by number 60.
Second down and 5 or 6. Cascione on the outside, breaks the tackle, has a first down. Staying in bounds. And first down.
Out of bounds by number 13, Scarback.
So that side, Kennings got sucked in on the end. Kennings, that defensive end on that side, having one heck of a second half, but he allows himself to get clipped in. Cascione takes it out around the end, then refuses to go out of bounds and get some extra yards. So this is the recipe. They need to stay calm, run the offense.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
All right.
8 minutes, 34 seconds.
Where's JJ on this play? All right, he's going to be in the slot on the right. Look to them for them to go to the wide side of the field now.
They went to move Jordan in motion, but a flag on the play. It's going to set back the Saints offense. So it'll be first and 15 at the 48-yard line.
All right, this offense, they're on the left hash. This offense tends to like to use the wide side of the field. So let's see.
48-yard line after
Gats hands off to Cascione. He heads upfield, gains about 4 yards.
Cascione on the carry.
Bring up second and 11 for the Saints as the clock ticks down towards 8 minutes. The Saints break the huddle. Only Hughes in the backfield. Gats rolls out. Pressure, throws it deep. It's batted around and it's incomplete. Thankfully that ball hit the ground as a couple of Golden Panthers had a chance at it, as well as J.J. Jordan almost came up with it himself.
I tell you what, that was a nice ball. Gats came out of there. They got that Berks Catholic lines. Got to watch the holds. I tell you what, I think they got away with something on that. But Gats delivered a nice ball, popped around. A couple different players had a shot at it on both sides of the field. So
brings up a 3rd and 12.
Interesting play call for Berks Catholic because now this puts them in an almost passing situation. I would watch JJ around the top. No, they're going to pass again. A
Screen
screen.
pass to Caccione. It's free. And Berks Catholic takes the lead. Their first touchdown in the second half comes with 7 minutes, 34 seconds left in the game.
So nice play call. Berks Catholic dials up a play that exploits what they're doing well right now. Pope John Paul's putting a lot of nice pressure in, so what do? They pull out a screen, they let that D-line come in, take all the pressure, then drop it off to Caccione. Real nice call. But there's a lot of time left.
There is a lot of time. As an important extra point here.
Hasn't
Andrew
been
Gonzalez.
automatic.
Looks like it's
All
good. 41-34. It's been fun tonight watching both sides of the ball. The playmakers with the ball in their hand, just running with an open field, making some nice moves and jukes. And
71 Collazo, the starting right tackle, coming off the field, looking like he's having some lingering issues with what happened before. That could play a role coming down the stretch. Now he only plays on offense, but when those starters came out, they were sorely missed. So let's see what happens the next set.
We'll see what the Berks Catholic defense can do.
Nice set of downs for Berks Catholic. And went back to what they do well. A couple nice passes in that sequence. So let's see how they do. Really excited to see Pope John come back out here. Just curious what they're going to do.
Gibbons set to kick off. Little and Williams back deep.
Line drive.
Low liner.
Nice.
Crazy hop. Little has it though. And he's on his way, breaking some tackles. Gets it out to the 33-yard line, and that's where the Golden Panthers will take over, down 7.
And that was Little. He breaks into that stride, and I'll tell you what, give him some daylight, and he's going to find it.
Josh Little, a senior, 5'10 senior, 188 pounds. See if he can break another big run like he did to tie the game up a couple minutes ago. DJ Clark has Little off to his right side. Clark fakes the pitch and runs it up the middle. He's got room to run. He's got a first down, and he's up near the 50-yard line to the 48.
So they fake that pitch. That pitch is almost a forward lateral. I mean, it's almost like a shovel pass. Little basically gets ahead of Clark there. That's really, really kind of borderline, but he does a nice play there. They've run that a couple times. Clark fakes it to Little there, takes it right up, kind of like a quarterback draw. Really nice game.
First and 10 at the 48. Clark hands it off to Little. Little's up the middle, and there's plenty of room to run. Uses his blocker, and he's brought down at the 29-yard line.
I tell you what, it's not fancy. It's line up and go get it. And Little just up the middle, another nice run.
Looks like they mark him at the 30. It'll be first and 10. 2 plays, 2 first downs, and a bunch of yards.
We are a long way from being done with this game.
We tick down towards 6 minutes and 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
All right, now they're going to pass this down. Watch the two between Williams and Kennings. Oh, there's that
Pitch it
almost
out.
forward pitch.
Derek Scarbeck giving Little a breather. Reinhardt on the tackle for the Saints.
Basically going no huddle and taking the calls from the sideline. Rather interesting.
They keep Little on the sideline. Scarbeck will stay in as we have a whistle here.
Tell you what, you got an awful lot of players bending over and stretching their calves. I see Lake doing that right now. He's a key guy both ways for Pope John. Let's see what the call is here.
Might have been a play clock issue. They keep looking down towards the...
They're coming over to talk to the Berks Catholic coaches, though. All right, they're looking up. Okay, they're putting something back on the clock. That's what the coaches are signaling to the board.
They're actually coming back. I think they want to start.
All right, we're back underway here. Scarbeck goes in motion. A throw goes out to the wide receiver, and he dives towards the end zone, but it looks like he stepped out of bounds a couple of yards short.
Wow.
That was Brady Bass.
Nice
with the catch and
misdirection
run.
on Pope John Paul. Some other guys involved. Little's coming back in.
Short yardage
Nice job.
situation.
Nice job.
First and goal at about the 2-yard line.
Ryan brought out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Scarbeck in some good minutes there. Get a little rest to Little.
Pitch goes out to Little. Breaks the tackle and falls into the end zone for another touchdown. And
Tell you what, they love that little quick pitch to the outside, and they've been hitting the corners really nicely.
a little bit of hesitation before they pitch it, and seems to be keeping the Saints from getting to Little quicker. And he just absorbs that first hit and gets himself into the end zone. 41-40 the score right now. Wrist on to attempt the extra point. 5 minutes, 53 seconds left. Whistle on the extra point attempt. And we have a false start. So it'll be a little bit of a longer field goal, and we'll see if they can still put this one through.
He's got plenty of leg, and he had plenty of leg on that one he missed. That's not his problem. Very, very important.
There's the snap, the kick. It's no good. So the penalty once again hurts the Golden Panthers. In the first half it was defensive penalties, and right now it's that one special teams penalty that keeps them down 1 point with 5 minutes and 53 seconds. And Berks Catholic is dominating the time of possession tonight, so that's not a good sign for the Golden Panthers. They'll need a big time stop here.
All right, recipe for success. Berks Catholic's got to eat up the clock. They got to stay with the ball, eat it up, and score. Pope John Paul's quick score capability is unbelievable. So I wouldn't feel comfortable leaving 1 second on the clock. So they got to figure out a way, eat up the clock, and get some points.
Number 7, Alex McGarry, number 30, J.J. Jordan back to receive for the Saints. Set to kick off.
So Berks Catholic does make the adjustment. They take Cascione from being the deep man with all the short kicks tonight. McGarry and Jordan, and McGarry can't handle it. Ball goes back to the 10-yard line. Finally scoops it up. He runs away from a couple of defenders. And he's on his way to the 25-yard line. And nice recovery recovery there on the return by McGarry.
McGarry brought down by number 30. Ray Breed.
So Berks Catholic takes over. 5 minutes and 45 seconds. They're holding on to a 1-point lead. 41-40. Does look like Collazo is back out there. There's no gain on the first play. Looks like they gave it to Hughes again.
Basically trying to run right over Jacob and don't get much out of it.
So 2nd down and 10. As the clock winds down, Berks Catholic will take their time with each and every play here on this possession. Brown near side wide receiver. They give it to Cascione. He's got some room to go. He's got a first down. And he's out of bounds around the 40-yard line.
Down out of bounds by number 20, Marquise Williams.
Williams again forcing him out of bounds. Stops the clock, but moves the chains. Still no J.J. Jordan here in the 4th quarter. He's in there.
Yep. Oh, my.
As Gatz and Jordan run into each other. And a flag on the play. And Jordan with a short gain, but we'll see what happens.
So that looks like something on the tackle. Let's see. Oh, it's a hold. All right.
It's a big penalty there. With 4 minutes, 52 seconds remaining. The Golden Panthers defense has been much better here in the second half. Whether it's just the BC defense or offense getting a little winded here as they had a very active first half. 34 points
That
in
one
the first
hurt.
half.
I'll tell you what, now.
See if they go back to Cascione here. He's been the one picking up the chunk yards here in the second half. They do go back to
To the wide side.
and he's got this thing cuts back to the down and more. Oh, I let it. Cascione out of bounds. But a big gain there for the Saints. A first down on 1st and 20.
That was Williams, and you really hate to see that, period, but you hate to see that in such a close contest because that just really, it wasn't like momentum carried him out. It's just frustration.
Yeah. That'll put the Saints close to the red zone, if not in the red zone after that run. As the referee walks off the penalty.
Back it on the end of the play.
Keep going!
Just outside the red zone. The 22-yard line. 1st and 10 Saints. 4 minutes, 29 seconds left. Golden Panthers do have all their timeouts, as do the Saints. Jordan in the backfield with Hughes now. Gatz turns, gives it to Jordan. He's got some space. Quick tackles and forced out of bounds. Forces him out.
Feels like going back to what they did that made them successful, so makes sense. Keep mixing it up.
Ball spotted at the 6-yard line.
Oh! Let's go, BCTD!
Cascione checks back in.
Let's go!
Gatz and Reinhardt come in. Cascione in the backfield. He gets the handoff.
Go, go, go.
On the outside. Touchdown.
Well, I'll tell you what, as well as Pope John Paul played, that was way too easy. That was just kind of looked like shades of the first half. BC got back to their momentum. They got back to the things they do well. Pope John got back to the lackluster performance.
I
So
wonder
let's
if that
see.
penalty did anything to the
I think it was emblematic of the frustration that they're feeling. I mean,
Yeah.
that just really kind of broke their back on that drive. There's no reason to do
What
that.
do you mean? What are you bringing somebody in for like? Oh, jeepers!
Here's Gonzalez to attempt the extra point. Good snap. Good.
All right.
So that's a 7-point game. 4 minutes and 16 seconds.
It's all right. It honestly didn't hurt them. With the exception of maybe trying to shift some momentum back. They still got the 7-point differential on the road. If Pope John would score, would they go for 2? We'll see. Probably on the road they wouldn't. So let's see what they can do here. They got forever in Pope John time to score. So 4 minutes and 16 seconds. They got a lot of time. So let's see how they do.
Be curious to see how long the scoring drives have lasted tonight for Pope John Paul. I don't think they've had a drive that's been over 8 plays. Big gainers getting into the red zone, and as soon as they get to the red zone, they seem to punch it in real quick.
I'll tell you what, in that last series and the series before, Cascione has been the big play difference maker. I mean, normally it does take Berks Catholic longer to sustain a drive, but boy, he's ripped off some big gains. It's really helped him. So if true to form here, Tyler's going to kick a line drive nose down. He really gets a nice position on the ball with that nose down. Really creates some weird hops. But I'd want to drive these guys back as far as I can. Keep it away from Little. We got Little and Williams back there.
He's got a little more. Right past Little. He's got to pick it up at the 1. He's got it. He's up the middle. He's got room. He's going to bounce it to the outside. He's going to turn on the Jets and try to outrun the Saints. He does. Gets it out to the 40-yard line. A nice return on another hard-to-handle kickoff.
There's a little bit of out-kicking coverage there. That was, from the muff on Little's point, he was able to stretch out the coverage a little bit. And he's a talented enough and athletic enough running back that way you give him some room and it's going to be trouble. Interesting now, Collazo out on defense. That's the first we've seen that this game. So they are doing a little bit of a personnel shift. Let's see, that's
He is listed as their nose tackle.
yeah, but just given the injury issues they were having more related to fatigue, it's interesting to me.
They might want to just make sure that this game stops here. There's a wide open Kenny. You can't hit him. Clark just misses the outstretched arms of Brendan Kenny.
I tell you what, that was there, and it's been there a couple times. For as big of a target as he is, he has the ability to get lost in that defensive backfield. And if they could put that on the line, that's going to hurt him.
Didn't appear to be a Saints player within 10 yards of him.
No.
So here he is on the outside, Kenning, just above the 4 on the near sideline. Little in the backfield with Clark. Clark hands it to Little.
Right there!
And he only gains a couple. It'll bring up 3rd down and long, about 8 yards to go.
Collazo makes the play. So run stopper, I get it. I'd see how we can do. I'm really surprised they ran that play, given what they run. Right now, Kennings is off sides. That's going to come back. Actually, it was number 63. I thought that was 23. They brought, is that Dombrowski?
He was playing off the line.
Yeah, so what they do here is they spread out Dabrowski. I don't know if he's playing any tight end. I mean, he's a DN, and he doesn't line up properly. He doesn't check himself, and he's lined up in the neutral zone. It's just
A mental mistake when in a time where you can't afford it. 3 minutes, 29 seconds left. 47-40, third down and 12.
don't know how you run that play then. I'm sorry.
What do they do with the clock?
And a big loss.
Not much they can do now. They got to kick this away and hope for something. And Claus are limping off the field. Like I don't get it.
Don't trust it. Don't even go back.
So it's taking a little bit of time here to get this punt off. Valuable time wasted as the play clock ticks down to 2. The snap is off. Kenning kicks it away, and it's a good punt. Gets it out to the 36-yard line. And it's picked up there by the Golden Panthers special team unit.
Luckily, you have that tight end as the punter because that would have been hard to handle for most guys. That was a bad snap and almost a catastrophe.
So 3 timeouts for both teams, 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Saints with a 7-point lead. And they'll start with the ball at their own 36-yard line.
Now, just play your game. Play your game. Mix it up. Get some yards. Got plenty of time. Eat it up. But they got to get a first down. They got to focus first down to first down. And that's what their focus needs to be right now.
Palazzo back out there, despite jumping off on the defensive side of the ball.
Expect Caccione to come towards the Berks Catholic bench.
They fake to Caccione, they give it to Hughes. And a quick timeout there.
Hughes on the carry for the Saints. Brought
After
down
the
by
tackle.
13 points. Garbank.
Stops the clock with 2:23.
That ball.
Second down and 7 when we come out of this timeout. Do want to thank our hosts, Berks Catholic High School. They did set up a nice tent for us. We were expecting some rain earlier today. We thought we were going to have a couple of downpours during the game, but thankfully we didn't need that tent, so they moved us closer to the press box. And we have a nice setup here at Berks Catholic, thanks to the athletic department and the athletic director, Bill Hess. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Hess.
All right.
Second and 7. Here we go.
Very manageable down and distance. Just stick to the recipe. Caccione to this side.
He's going to want to stay in bounds as he
Yep.
does. Picks up a couple. And then is brought down by the Panthers.
Caccione on the carry for the Saints. Brought down by number 8.
Derek Scarbeck on the tackle. Brings up third down. 1 timeout remaining for the Golden Panthers. Not that they need their timeouts on offense, but if they get the ball back and are unable to score, that would be the ball game.
Very, very important play here because I tell you what, a 5-yard play for them on 4th down would be problematic. So let's see what they do here. They can get half of it, make it very achievable. They got a bunch of ways to get at this, whether it's Hughes up the middle or one of the quicker guys around the end.
As Gatz is under center, Jordan goes in motion to give it to him. He's trying to break some tackles. He got it. Huge play. J.J. Jordan fighting for the extra yards. Picks up the first. That'll stop the clock temporarily. It's on its way down to 2 minutes here. And a fresh set of downs for the Berks Catholic Saints.
They'll stop to change the chains.
The final timeout taken there by Pope John Paul II. 1 minute, 57 seconds left. A 7-point ball game, 47-40. Plenty of offense in this one.
That was key. Now one more. Get one more first down. That's what they got to focus. One more. Eat that clock.
Oh, that's horrible.
That'd be nice.
All right, we'll see how this defense responds. They can't give up another first down. Here's Cascione with the carry, picks up a couple.
Cascione on the run for the Saints. Brought down by number 53.
Gain of 4 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 6 as the clock ticks.
Do it.
15 seconds left on the play clock.
On Berks Catholic, I'm not comfortable till that siren blows, so they got to focus on the next couple downs here.
Here's Hughes up the
Nice.
middle. He picks up about 3.
That'll get us under a minute.
End of the game, but we turn around.
So it'll be about 3rd and 4 as we wind down. I wonder if Berks Catholic will just let it wind and take a timeout.
I would definitely do that. I think even though they got a play to blow here, let's not get a penalty. Be smart here. Look a little disorganized.
You just take a knee.
That's it.
Clock did stop momentarily, but that will end the game. Berks Catholic will be a winner here tonight. 47-40 will be the final score. A great game for both sides to watch. Very exciting and entertaining. The first half was one-sided. The second half was almost one-sided. The Golden Panthers did a great job. I'll tell you what, back in this game.
Pope John didn't roll over. You know, they came to play. They gave them a head start in the beginning, and then they came out of the locker room at halftime, and they played really well. They just couldn't sustain that momentum throughout the whole game. They were kind of both on their season averages for scoring. We're about that 40. So exciting game. Kind of took it down to the wire, and both teams played and did a real good job.
Yeah, great performance by the Berks Catholic offense. Josiah Jordan stood out on the defensive side of the ball with a fumble recovery and an interception return for a touchdown. Marquise Williams, the standout for the kickoff return touchdown to get things going for the Golden Panthers in scoring in the first half. But Josh Little, he lived up to what we saw in some highlights before the game when we were studying the game here earlier today and earlier this week. And both teams, very strong teams. They're going to have good, successful seasons, both of them. The Golden Panthers fall to 2-2. Berks Catholic moves to 3-1. Berks Catholic will take on Malvern Prep next Friday, right here at Berks Catholic High School. 7 o'clock kickoff, and we'll be back with you then. Tonight's broadcast was brought to you by Brute Athletic Apparel. Check out Brute.com for all your athletic apparel needs. I'm James Hine with Andy Zokowski, bringing you football action here from Berks Catholic High School. Have a great night, and we'll